We don't play the social game. We are social. Power 98.5.
Hi, this is Dan Aykroyd. He's progressive. He's beautiful. He's thoughtful. He's intelligent. He's powerful. He's positive. He is Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5 Satellite Radio.
You're listening to Power 98.5, powered by United Angels Dream, your #1 resource for public relations, entertainment, and multimedia. Contact them today at unitedangelsdream.com.
Empowering listeners from the US to the UK. Live on air with Stephen Cuoco.
Stephen Cuoco. At what point did you realize when you started looking into public relations, started looking into casting, you know what, Stephen, I'm pretty damn good at this. I think we should keep following this path.
It really is effortless, Donovan. I mean, it would be the same of how you do your show. When you bring your all to the table with great intentions and no expectations, it just makes life fun and it makes the career of choice fun.
Hey, what's up? My name's Grant Kanoki. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, and artist, and you're listening to Power 98.5.
People are loving that bonus clip from the How Did Show with my good friend Donovan Cornitz. I'm going to keep playing it over and over again. It is a great idea, and I'm loving it. Really loving that very much. Did we get a comment on that? Stacy? Yeah, Thanks, Stacy. That's very sweet of you. She said she found that video on my Twitter page. Yeah. Like, comment, and share all that, Stacy. Everything and all things Stephen Cuoco. At Stephen Cuoco, StevenCuoco, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. I just made it easy. Everything Stephen Cuoco. And then you can go to my public relations page or website, StephenCuoco.com, StevenCuoco.com. I'm a 2-time award-winning public relations representative, having been in the industry for over 30 years. Big shout out to my friend Terrence over at CBS Detroit and the CW. I just had my interview with him yesterday. Looking forward to that coming out. And also being a regular as someone who's going to be sharing inside tips, whether it's, branding, marketing, image, reputation, management, public relations, social media, all the above. I'm excited for this. I've been looking forward to working with someone, to be with someone on a network, to be that go-to for professional advice and to be able to help their viewers and their listeners. So that's going to be very, very awesome. And that's not to say the least for that to happen. And everyone will be. You're going to know all about it. Head on over also to my Instagram page, Stephen Cuoco. I just posted a bonus clip from my interview with Connor Weil. He's from Scream. You should remember that. Did you guys... Christina, man, you're on top of it. I love it. He is an actor. He's best known for his role as Will Belmont on the first season of MTV Scream. However, you Google him, you're going to be like, dang, okay, I remember who he is. I know who he is. That's awesome. Tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific, we've got actor Brad Schmidt. I got to give him a call today. I didn't get his photos. Did you guys get his photos? Did anyone? Christina, did he? Because I didn't get an email. Follow up. Yeah, he's busy. I think he's filming. Yeah, let's follow up with him later on today. We're going to get to it. Indie pop sensation James Hersey, known for chart-topping hits with artists like Kygo, Dillon Francis, and I hope I am not, I'm going to go ahead. James, I don't want to fuck this up. I should know it. Is it Filous or Filous?
It's Filous, actually. Yeah, it's a French word for like a bad little boy, I guess.
Filous, bad little boy. I like that.
Yeah.
It sounds exotic. Is set to release. Did Cut Me Out? All right. Was that officially released yet, James?
Yeah. So Cut Me Out came out last Friday and started on radios back home. I actually live in Berlin, Germany, over in Europe, and we have a handful of stations that started the track right on day one.
The single Cut Me Out is a powerful and emotional track about past betrayals and serve as the third song from the album following the release of first and second singles, Fake Love and Right Where I Am. The album, which is set for release on September 15th, showcases James' evolution as an artist returning to his roots. I Googled you. And I'm going to tell you, you know what shocked me most about you is not how exceptional and talented and seasoned you are. I'm assuming your original hair was short and black.
That's right, yeah.
I'm loving how it is now. So what's your original hair? Is it the way it is now or the way it is or was before?
Yeah, my hair is just naturally like this dark chocolate brown. My eyes are the same way. But I've been through all iterations of color over the years.
It's beautiful. I love the way it is now. I definitely want to see a lot more photos. You look, I'm looking at the one where you're outside. It's got the red all over it. I mean, you look incredible. How old are you?
Thank you so much. I'm 34 years old. So I've been doing this since I'm 21 or 22, something like that.
What?
I've been in the game for a while. Yeah.
34?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
What's your nationality?
I'm Austrian and U.S. American. So my mother is Austrian and my dad is from Boston, and he moved to Austria in the 80s. Fell in love and moved to Austria, and we were raised there. Me and my brother and sister, as young bilingual kids.
Oh my God. I thought you were like 24, 25.
No, those years are gone.
Well, I'm going to tell you, you didn't lose it in your looks, James. You look incredible.
Thank you. You're very sweet. And if I can be honest, I feel better now than I ever have. I feel like as the years go by, the puzzle pieces become more clear for myself, who I am and what I'm looking for. And I try to put all that into the music as the years go by. You know, I've never been shy about releasing music, so there's a lot of my songs already out there. But it just doesn't stop coming. So
it does get better at age. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm in my 40s. I'm going to be 49 this coming April. The 40s has been the best decade of my entire life.
And I hope you would say that you can't wait for your 50s, because they're going to be fun. I have some great friends in their 50s.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited for it. I met someone yesterday, my friend. She went on a date, and she's been courting. Her and this guy have been courting for quite some time now. And they came, I came and visited her yesterday, and he happened to be at the house. And we were talking, and he was shocked to find out I was going to be 49. He so did not believe me that he later asked her, and I found out that he thought I was joking. She goes, no, he's really going to be 49 in April. And he goes, is he in a relationship? And she goes, no, he's single. He's been single for a while. He's like, well, he's not going to be single for long. And I'm like, okay.
I mean, looking at the photos, you could easily be my age. Like, I'm surprised that you're up there, but I'm happy for you, if I'm honest. And thinking about the years that I've seen, the experiences I've had, I'm sure you've had many more and seen so much, and I can't wait to be that age either.
Absolutely. I appreciate you taking this time to be with us today on Power 98.5. And real quick, whether you're listening to us on the iOS or Android app, tuning in on Alexa, or on power985.com, remember, click the bottom right-hand icon. It's the messenger. Share with us your love, your support. If you have a message, if you have a question for James, Mr. James Hersey, please let us know. And a big, big thank you to producer and director. I do see it here. Gregory, I'm going to read this to him. Read this now. Hold on real quick. So Gregory Martin, that was a wonderful interview with Christos Andrews. Thanks, Stephen, and you're very welcome. James, okay, highlights. New album, Let It Shine, comes out on September 15th. You have 500 million plus streams on catalog, 3-time gold, the United States, Canada, and Italy, and 3 singles with 100 million streams. With now knowing your age and how long you've been in the industry, I'm not surprised. And you know what's even more? Your videos are extremely well done as well.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's been a journey. It's been a lot of fun. And I mean, since I'm 17, I've been writing songs. So I'm happy that my creativity has managed to last this long and continue to make other people happy. That's been the whole goal. You know, it's not easy being anybody, but it's not easy being an artist who's had success in the past and continues to be creative. And the fan base, they come and go as the mainstream changes the flavor of the week. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I feel blessed that I've been able to continue through the years and find appreciation in all corners of the world.
I have 2 reviews here that were sent by Sarah. One is from Earmilk. James Hersey has enchanted us for years with his alluring vocals and infectious singles, whisking us off to a faraway worlds. MTV wrote, James' great success on Spotify has secured him a permanent place in the music world. What is the goal for you, whether it be back home or here in the States? Do you ever plan to be here more full time? What's the trajectory?
Yeah, so I mean, I've long exceeded my early childhood goals and even my young adult goals. And at the beginning of my career, I just wanted people to appreciate the songs, and that happened in a way that I could have never expected, coming from small town Austria, which is a country of 8 million people. And now I've had to reshuffle over the past couple of years, especially with the pandemic passing by, and really trying to find out what it is that I'm looking for beyond just capitalist success or trying to keep the numbers up on social media or Spotify streaming and keep everyone impressed. What is it that really carries meaning for me? And I mean, I'm sure you can attest to this as we grow older, life, the meaning of every day seems that it increases, as time passes by and you see the pain in the world. So my goals now are beyond just being successful. I want to reach people with my music, and I want to always guarantee that I have enough time to spend real quality time with my friends and my family, which are all over the world. I would much rather spend an evening with my best childhood friends like I did yesterday than go to some industry event and pretend that I'm, the next hot thing. I've learned to pass that. In terms of moving here, I've been thinking about it a lot, and I come to Los Angeles a couple times a year to do some writing and to just get into my zone again. The city of Berlin is well known to be a fun place and with great food and great parties, but it's not particularly famous for songwriting and pop songwriting.
Are you doing any live tours back home or out here this year?
I am, yeah. So in May, I'm going on tour with a German band that you guys won't know over here, but they're a legendary indie band called Sportfreunde. We're doing 4 shows in big venues in around Germany. And then over the summer, I'm finishing my next body of work, which will begin to release, I think, after the album comes out. I don't want there to be a long break anymore. And then I'll be on tour in October in Europe doing, 12 shows or something, and then coming to the U.S. to do but we haven't booked the dates. We haven't finalized booking the dates yet in November. And that'll just be a couple of shows. I'm thinking to do New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles, maybe San Francisco because I love San Fran.
I did a little bit of a search more deeper into media and what was happening and what makes you incredibly you, James. Is there anything that has not been talked about or written about that people should know about you and your band and your music beyond the surface information? Because I'm not about surface information. I want to know deep what makes you you, and the investment to be able to listen to you, to watch you, to embody you, to have you part of my life, anyone's life.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you looking beyond the surface, because as beautiful and glamorous it can look sometimes, it doesn't reflect the reality, as I'm sure you and your listeners understand. So about me, I grew up as a kid in a small town, like I said, in Austria. I mean, it was the capital city, but it's a small city. Playing in rock bands, punk rock bands, and writing songs secretly, just because I needed to express there's a deep emotional and honestly sad side of me that I've carried with me my whole life, and it's always pushed me to want to share with people. And in the beginning, I kept it a secret because I was very shy about my songs, and I made up a name that that wasn't my own, and shared the music. And when it began to start growing, when people started reaching out to me like, who is this? Then I gained the confidence and knew that I could do something bigger. So I think it's been about a journey of self-realization as much as wanting to share with other people and increase their comfort just with existence, because we all know how hard it is just to, or it can be, to get up in the morning. So you're not alone, and that's been an important message for me, to feel like I'm part of something bigger, And in terms of what I'm doing now with the band, it's been really fun to grow the project a little bit in terms of the social aspect. So it's not just me and my managers trying to move, puzzle pieces around. It's really about building a community and growing a little group of people that can succeed together.
Do you believe, James, people are finally getting it, not just within the industry, but the fact that music artists like you and all around the world, that you guys deserve more, deserve better when it comes to representation, when it comes to value, when it comes to understanding what it means to see a live performance? Do you believe the world and the industry is moving in a better direction to take professional people like you more seriously and not just treat you as a product anymore?
Yeah, music is an interesting one because it's almost like water. It's just everywhere, and people expect it to be free, which I think it should be. I strongly believe in, and I came up in this industry at the tail end of Napster, and just before Spotify had started really moving. So I understand the desire for music to be free. It's just that we had a slight disconnect with the actual value of music production and music writing. So I think the industry has been moving in a good direction. Honestly, I think that musicians are quite well remunerated for what they do if they have their books straight. If you're just at home on your laptop and trying to upload songs to TuneCore and nothing's happening, then that's a different story. But you'll attest to this, being in public relations. You need to take control and understand what's happening out there in the media so that you can take advantage of it, because otherwise you're just going to get lost. So I think it's important for artists that want to have more recognition to really do their homework and get to work on the public relations side.
You had answered a while back. I'm going to read this. My parents pushed my siblings and me to play instruments from a young age, and I started recording myself on cassette tape as soon as I could sing. I remember making literal mixtapes for my girlfriend when I was 14 years old, recording mini covers between actual recordings of our favorite songs. I'm sure it was so bad, but I loved it anyway. Here's what I love most about this. Is it really a learning experience and not so much a bad experience? And I'm not here to correct this, but I just want to emphasize, I'm sure it was so bad. Realistically, James, no matter how we perceive someone's talent and their music and their narrative and context, do you believe everything you've ever written, everything you've ever recorded, everything you've ever done, that there could be at least one person out there that may come across it and be like, wow, thank you, James. That helped me?
I've definitely received those messages over the years, and I also would side with you, correcting myself on saying that anything is truly bad, because our tastes change constantly. I feel differently now than I did 3 months ago, than I did 6 months ago, let alone 10 years ago or a couple of years ago when I might have written those words. So I think we have to stay kind of sober to our own emotional state, and understand that we can't ever be right about everything. It's all about the journey out here.
That's a quote. I hope you took note of what you just said. I felt moved by that. That's powerful.
Maybe there's a recording somewhere we can copy it down.
Well, it's being recorded now, so let's see here. All right, so that's around the 19-minute mark. I'm going to write that down. I like that. I'm writing it down now. Just because as you had seen on my Instagram, I like to have bonus clips done. Here's another thing you had written and expressed. I tell stories from an angle that a lot of people recognize in their own lives, and I try my best to package them in interesting ways. Right now, I'm calling it watercolor music because influences and ideas flow naturally into one another without boundaries. First off, you write extremely well. Second, you've got the most interesting mind in how you process information. It's profound. I can intuitively feel it, and I'm going to say to you, I interpreted earlier, I wasn't too sure if you were trying to say that you experience anxiety or you experience depression or what it is that's happening in your life. What I do know for a fact of what I really feel and hear, James, is that you're empathic and intuitive. And I'm going to honestly say for anyone in my years of experience and having had worked in mental health, that someone, yes, I even myself have experienced depression-like symptoms because of environment issues or certain life challenges. But there are things that happen, James, where and when someone is empathic and intuitive, there is a weight that has been put on us consciously and subconsciously within our adolescence of how others think we ought to be in order to survive and thrive. There are goals and expectations we place and stressors on ourselves emotionally and mentally and even physically in order to survive and thrive. Do you believe that you're a young, sophisticated, highly articulate 34-year-old and also intuitive and empathic, and you are processing so much and we move so quickly in life that at times that exhaustion, that potential feeling of depression or with being withdrawn from the world is just a cellular and chemical and energetic moment in time that your body and your psyche is processing?
Wow, that's a big question, and I so much appreciate your words. I'm deeply moved. I mean, I have goosebumps just from what you said there. I hope we can mark this moment in the interview as well. So, I mean, where to begin? It's a difficult journey for a lot of us, and I think as artists, we've been given a responsibility to try to put words to experiences that others can't. In that sense, being articulate, as you say it, and I don't believe that I'm the most eloquent speaker that you could probably find, but being articulate for me it's almost a responsibility. Like I need to keep up to speed musically and in writing, so that I can continue to translate my experience here, so for others to join in. And that's where, as an artist many years ago, I already made the decision that this is no longer a journey about me. This is a journey about the bigger question of really why we're here, but to zoom in a little more, because the big, nobody, I don't want to write songs about why we're all here, but to just alleviate a bit of the pains of our existence. And that seems to me a responsibility that is noble enough for me to continue to pursue something that from the outside might look like a selfish journey, but in truth it's much bigger than that. I don't get myself out of bed every morning just so that I can have a nice car or something. I get out of bed because I feel the responsibility to share something bigger, than myself and than all of us. Thank you so much for this deep question.
You're very welcome. And I'm glad you're having this experience and I'm having it with you, because I don't do surface interviews or fluff media.
Yeah.
As a kid, I was obsessed with Michael and Freddie. Later on, it was Paul and John. A lot of people, but especially their songs, moved me to do what I do today. Have you finally this is my question, have you finally come to a place, James, where you're moving and inspiring yourself?
Also love the question. I have arrived at a place. I think I've been inspiring myself the whole time. Where I'm at right now, I feel more ambitious than ever. It's really interesting. Like as I've just finished recording this album, at the beginning of February, we finished the recordings. Now we're doing some post-production and mixing, and I'm writing back and forth with my team in Europe every day. My first instinct right after we got back from the studio was like, okay, what's next? And how am I going to continue the story? I have more to say. This is not the end of the road. And my first step on that journey was to make sure I get my physical body back to Los Angeles to be in the presence of the greatness that I experience here when I'm doing songwriting, and also I feel myself really step up to the plate emotionally and with my craft when I'm here. So yeah, I think inspiring myself and also pushing myself has been at the forefront of my experience recently.
I'm a curious guy and love to make music that people enjoy, so it all plays into itself pretty well. What would you say to that now, James? Are you still curious? And what does curiosity really mean to you when you're putting all of this together so that we can hear it, see it in our mind's eye, feel it, and most importantly, to amalgamize it, to be moved by it, to take action, whether it's being inspired to clean, to get writing done, to go out for a walk. What does James do to inspire for someone like me to take action and movement?
So my desire with what I wanted to inspire others to do came down to long conversations with myself, listening to my own music and thinking about the messages that I'm putting out. And for a long time, it was about allowing people to express and discover their own vulnerability and their own emotions by being, vocal about mine in a way that's very understandable. Like if you look at the song "Miss You," which was a top 40 and has 100-something million plays, that song really only has, the first verse of that song is sort of 9 words. It's very cooked down to the essence, But the point was that people could reflect themselves onto the music and discover something about themselves. Over the past years, and especially with this new album, I'm looking for as much as a cerebral experience as I've had with my writing in the past. I need there to be this visceral element that I enjoyed so much in the music that I listened to growing up as a kid. I listened to punk rock bands and rock bands and obviously huge pop artists like Michael Jackson or Freddie Mercury that were very physical in their performance. And I'm trying to bring some of that to my music. So you can tell if you listen to the new music right away, like, wow, we're listening to real drums and electric guitars, and you can sense that you're in the room with a band here, and that to me carries a lot of meaning. Especially nowadays when people have become so strapped into their chairs and to their laptops, remote working over the past years has become such a standard that I feel the need for me to send the message out there, however subtle or obvious you want to portray it as, that people need to be moving their bodies and need to be in the room with others and sharing their experience. So, communication is a really big part of what I do.
And it's why we're here today. We're going to go ahead and play live. Cut Me Out. I don't know if this has ever been done for you in any of your past interviews. I'm a huge supporter in not only interviewing, but it's like, we have a song here. Let's get on with it. I want to be able to have this experience with you. I have not heard this song yet, and I wanted to hear it with you live, Power 98.5. And I wanted you to have this moment.
Thank you. That's great. This is one of my favorites from the album. It's quite a painful experience that I went through that triggered the writing, but I've made my peace with it, as I also mentioned in the song. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy it.
Absolutely. Cut Me Out is the name of the track by James Hersey.
I'm not telling you to grow up, I'm just asking you to see. Yeah, I'm telling you to miss me with your insincere apologies. You fuck my mental with your twisted schemes. You're the picture perfect poster child of insecurity. You could cut me out to try to cut me down. You say you're sorry, but it's too late now. You could cut me out to try to cut me down. You say you're sorry, but it's too late now. Yeah, I got time to catch up over sunset cups of rosé. Hit me up, trying to win my trust, it's okay, I don't care, yeah. I made my peace with the memories, let the past be what the past is. Check the rear view, yeah, it's clear you took a wrong turn too fast. And you could cut me out to try to cut me down. You say I'm sorry, but it's too late now. You could cut me out to try to cut me down. You say you're sorry, but it's too late now. It's too late now.
I like it a lot. And you already know, I told you we've got, 5 of your tracks already streaming on Power 98.5. That's really good. This is really, really well done. And I like that even though it's 2 minutes and 18 seconds, you're welcome. It feels enough.
It's definitely one of the shorter songs, yeah.
How did you feel hearing that live with us?
Yeah, that was fun, especially hearing it over the phone and really thinking about the lyrical content and what it means to me. I mean, I hope that people can project their own experiences onto the lyrics as much as when I hear it, I see a very clear, I see very clear images from my life. So I'm curious to see or to hear what other people sort of relate to the track. If they want to send in messages or write to you or write to me, that would interest me.
Christy from Arizona said that she loves it and she's going to be adding it to her Apple Music playlist. Thank you, Christy.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you, Christy. Much love to Arizona.
Yeah. And I'm in Vegas currently. I don't know if you've ever been to Arizona. Have you experienced their triple degree weather there at all, James?
I have not been to Arizona. It's funny, I'm driving an Arizona license plate, though, right now in my rental car. So
Look
I feel
at
like
that.
We're somehow related. There's a connection.
Christy, thank you. See how serendipitous? So that's a sign. I'm not saying it means you are to move to Arizona, James, but that's huge.
That really is a sign. Now that you say it like that, what are the chances, actually, that of all the states, exactly the one that's on my car right now happens to send a message like that? I do need to go there.
Yeah, you do. And everyone talks about Sedona. I yet have to go. And 5 people said you got to go. Christy, thank you for being that sign for James. And that was awesome. That is awesome, man.
Thank you.
James, who would you like to give a shout out to?
I'd love to give a shout out to Sarah, who put this interview together, and to my team back home in Germany, to Ralph, and to Janos and Clara. Ollie, shout out my beautiful girlfriend Ines back home in Berlin, and my family in Vienna.
Any closing thoughts, James?
This has been a lovely interview, and unexpectedly, enjoying a rainy morning. I went for a run just before we spoke in Los Angeles, and I feel like the sun just came up in me, and I can't wait to hear this interview back. So thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You are welcome. And then All Great Things, James Hersey, is Instagram to go to. I didn't check yet. Are you on TikTok?
Instagram is definitely the go-to, at James Hersey. I'm also on TikTok, also at James Hersey, and YouTube and everywhere else you can find me. But I much prefer to be on Instagram. I got to keep my app addictions to a minimum if I can.
I love it. This is great. James, stay on the line. We're going to close out. We're going to be closing out with Cut Me Out, the new hit track by James Hersey. I'm so grateful to you for this moment and gifting me this opportunity. And once again, I've got to do this. Christy, thank you for what you've done for James, and the sign and the confirmation. This is magical.
That's right. Thank you so much, Stephen. I appreciate you. I look forward to meeting you in person.
Absolutely. Thank you again, James. For those that are tuning in from here and all around the world, I'm Stephen Cuoco. Thank you again, Christy from Arizona, for the message. Remember, Power 98.5 Satellite Radio is your premier destination for all great things, music, news, sports, and only the important stuff. This interview is live today. It has been recorded. As you all know, check your favorite podcast channels, whether it's Spotify, Amazon Music, Amazon Audible, or iHeartRadio. This interview will be available today. For future reference, as you guys know, I like you to be here home with us on Power 98.5. This interview will re-air on Power 98.5 at a later date. Remember, you can always go to power985.com or use the app and check the local schedule for any of our shows, whether it's Let Me Tell You with Lady T, Catherine and Company with Catherine Swain, Resilient You with Alicia Pazzoni. But we like to also utilize those favorite podcast stations and those platforms so that if you missed the interview or you want to share it, even with James, he'll be able to utilize those links, add those to his press kit, whatever it may be. I really hope that you guys take a re-listen to this anytime, anywhere, and have fun. I mean, this is, thank you guys. Brian, I always appreciate you. You know that. You're a gem. Big thank you to Christina also for her assistance with all of this. My team out in Manchester, UK, and my team and family and friends in the New Jersey, New York area. I appreciate you guys. It is, I believe, isn't it the holiday this weekend? I think, what is it? I'm going to look right now. Somebody said something. Is it, I usually don't cover this or bring it up, but Friday is, yes, St. Patrick's Day. I haven't celebrated that in a way that most people do here in the States. But I think this year, because I'm moving into my second home, I've got a condo on the Strip. I'm super excited to finally have a location here on the West Coast. And I am going to be officially be on the Strip in walking distance to everything. So this Friday, St. Patrick's Day, is going to be a big move for me. And this is going to be great. And I'm going to be celebrating this interview I had with James Hersey. I'm going to be celebrating all of the great things that are happening this year and moving forward. Remember, power985.com. Check the local schedule, all things public relations and more. StephenCuoco.com. Have a great day, everyone.
Yeah, I got time to catch up over sunset cups of rosé. You hit me up trying to win my trust. It's okay, I don't care. Yeah, I made my peace with the memories. Let the past be what the past is. Check the rear view. Yeah, it's clear you took a wrong turn too fast, and you could cut me out to try to cut me down. You say I'm sorry, but it's too late now. You could cut me out to try to cut me down. Whoa. You say I'm sorry, but it's too late now. It's too late now.
Friend us on your socials and let's connect.